That mentality that creeps into your head that says, you know what, let me just give up. Things couldn't be worse. My brother, my sister, use your last energy to make sure things do not get worse. Like with all your energy, like as bad as things are, the test of life is at that point in time, did I make things worse or did I try to stop the bleeding? If you take that attitude, you'll see like things are not as bad as you think they are. Like if you stop the bleeding and keep going, keep pushing, you'll be fine. Because the work needs to be done. That needs to be priority, like at all points in time. It's just that life has to be balanced, even though your time might not be balanced. You only have 24 hours, but somehow you must go to school for 8 hours and somehow socialize. Otherwise, if you don't socialize, it will start impacting the work.
What was the experience at UCT?
What was my experience at UCT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me just say what was my experience at uni. So firstly, one thing you'll notice about uni is the growth that you're gonna receive. Cause like I'm a totally different person than I was in first year. So I would even tell my first year self that it's all about the transition from high school to university. So first year is all about it. It's focused on that. So one thing that you want to do is to adapt as fast as you can, and it's gonna be hard. Trust me, it's gonna be hard. I had my first cry. I had my first cry in my during my first year. So yeah, but then now I'm at a totally different position. I feel better about myself. I've learned a lot. You don't only learn about the course content or the degree that you're doing, but you learn more about yourself as well. You learn to socialize, because I know I was very much anti-social for a very long time, because university is all about collaboration. So that's one skill you need to take from uni. But yeah, that's what I learned. What did you learn?
So my university experience has been a roller coaster. It's been fun and tough at the same time, because I feel like for me personally, uni has been a character development journey, because you're gonna go through a lot of academic pressure, which is gonna like stretch you beyond your limits. And like when you arrive to uni first year, you're happy, you're excited, and you feel like it's just a whole new different world, from high school to university, and you meet a lot of people from different areas. And then once test week starts, like first test, things go down, you fail your first test and you feel like the world is just ending. But then like for me, all those experiences they built the person that I am today, so I feel like university is a good environment to be in, as much as there's like those external pressures, and of course self-doubt will kick in. You feel like, okay, you're not good enough, but then what I can tell you is whatever that you're doing, keep doing it and you're gonna be fine. As time goes by, it gets better. And so an advice that I can give for anyone who's interested to coming at university is that make friends. Like, connections, very important. Do not be afraid of reaching out to people. If you don't know something, ask questions, because honestly for me, I just had to connect and network with a lot of people, and that on its own has helped my university experience become a little bit better. Because on my own, I was drowning in my own tears. Guys, you cry at university, you cry, and it's okay. But then we learn. And another advice that I can give is that be yourself. Do not try to portray an image that you are not. Always be yourself, and people appreciate you just the way you are, and you'll find your people. And one last take is that do not be afraid of failure, because at uni you're gonna fail and it's gonna be real, and there'll be those self-doubts inside of you, and you feel like you're not good enough, you would want to give up or drop out and all those kind of stuff. It's normal, it happens. But then be strong, be tough. Uni teaches you more about being resilient and all that. So that's it for me.
Oh girl, I had a time. Yeah, my first year was not easy, but this university experience is just character building. It's just growth. It was learning about yourself. It's about meeting new people and networking from day one, and carrying those networks with you throughout the degree, because you can't do it alone. And that's something that I had to learn the hard way. But I think I'm good now. I'm in a better place. I feel happier. I know a lot of people. I formed a family here. I think just enjoy your time here, man. Have a good time.
Basically know how to navigate it now. It's quite easy. Trust me, it gets easier. It gets easier.
Yeah. If I can get through it.
Yeah. Then you can.
My experience at uni, for some of us, has been great. For me, yeah, it's been a harrowing experience. I think at in the electrical engineering department, they're trying to make you a very good engineer. That is their main focus. So why it was difficult for me is the attributes of an engineer. The less you have those attributes, the more painful it is, because the more you grow it, right, into things like discipline, like just that ability to keep going throughout everything. So for me, first year was not bad. It's just first year, so I completed it. Second year, not bad either. Passed that quite well. Third year, that's where things took a turn. Some things happened in my personal life that are not like really bad, not traumatic, just a young breakup, but it vastly affected my life. But I would say the biggest impact of why it was a harrowing experience was because of my love for like extra projects. So things that they're not necessarily being taught in class. So I wanted to go that far. So I'd become consumed in like projects, like extra projects that have nothing to do with school, although they're teaching you at school. And like engineering is more like you are married when you come here. You are married, like you guys must do everything together. You must eat, watching engineering videos, like you are married, you are together. So your full devotion needs to be to this degree if you want to get out like in time and pass and do well. So my full devotion was not necessarily there. So my advice in that of want to do your personal projects, please just like budget time for vacations. That's when you can do them. Because if you mix the two in the middle, yeah, you'll definitely feel the pain. I can promise you that. So yeah, and my other advice would be involve yourself in things. I know that seems like contradictory advice, but like things like societies, things like that, they help you balance out life. And when I say balance, don't think like I have to decrease work to increase the other one. That's not what I'm saying, because the work needs to be done. That needs to be priority, like at all points in time. It's just that life has to be balanced, even though your time might not be balanced. You only have 24 hours, but somehow you must go to school for 8 hours and somehow socialize. Otherwise, if you don't socialize, it will start impacting the work as well. So you need to make time for societies, for you to be able to express yourself, whether it's artistically or however in different ways. So making time for that is very important. And also volunteering helps you when you apply to jobs. People at companies like knowing that I'm talking to a person and not just, a robot or some sort. I just go to work. Like that's very boring for an interviewer. So they'd like to know what societies you're in, things like that. So that would be part of my advice. It really helps, like big time. It helps increase your CV. And also apply for internships as soon as you can. Don't feel like I'm in first year or whatever, I just got started. Just apply. You'll be surprised at the people. Engineers are really nice people for the most part. Like they just want to involve people in the projects, get them working. Yeah. So that is and the last piece of advice I would give is, in life, when you think things cannot be worse or things are bad, that mentality that creeps into your head that says, you know what, let me just give up, things couldn't be worse. My brother, my sister, they can be worse. They can get worse. So if you got shot, right, you would stop the bleeding. Yes, take that reaction at the same time. Use your last energy to make sure things do not get worse. Like with all your energy, like as bad as things are, the test of life is, at that point in time, did I make things worse or did I try to stop the bleeding? If you take that attitude, you'll see like things are not as bad as you think they are. Like if you stop the bleeding and keep going, keep pushing, you'll be fine. And you get through this degree and it'll be a happy time. Once you're done, people that have PhDs and masters say, once you finish with the degree, like just that undergrad part, life is very easy. So that's my advice.
So what was the experience at UCT?
So my experience at UCT has just been filled with a lot of ups and downs. Like from failing my first physics test to now doing my final year at UCT.
Yeah, so what would you tell your first year self? What advice would you give to them?
I would say to my younger self, just I try to find your own people. Try to make friends, because in my first year I only knew the people that were in my residence. That's the only people I knew outside outside the residence I was taking. I only knew Kanye and Manad. Those are the only two people I knew, because we're in the same mentor. That's how I knew them. And then fast forward to that year, that's where I met. That's where I met the squad. Yeah, the study group. That's how. And also, I would say to my younger self, just do what you like. You like it in your spare time, because the university stuff just takes a lot of a lot of toll in your emotional self. So try to find something that's not as more intense as your studies. Like I like to learn to listen to a lot of. I like to learn more about music. I listening to music, watching podcasts about the breakdowns of the albums that I like a lot. And also, I watch a lot of behind the scenes on how songs were constructed. That's how I learn. I tend to spend my time besides studying.
So have a hobby.
Yeah, I have a hobby.
Yeah.
And also try to also learn to be out there. That's one thing I would tell myself, because I've been someone who's been indoors the most time. But last year, one thing that I am proud of that I did last year was to attend the Internet Arctic live show in town. That was my first time attending a live show, and it was my best time that night. And next week I'll be attending my second live show.